This is titled, I Will Live Another 25 Years. This was written in 1983, so I'm already 2 years past that 25-year period. I will live another 25 years, yet for the first time I feel the hand of death on me. I feel my power slipping ever so slightly. I'm not remembering as well. I'm paying the price in my creativity of too much debris in my mind. I'm in Point Reyes Station, in a new restaurant with thick varathane on the tables, and the flies, 3 on my table alone. A paneled, well-designed improvement over the folksy, tacky place that used to be here, that I liked, across the street from the Bank of America in its new location in Point Reyes Station. I'm tired of finding things in new locations, tired of being put to new designs. I wanted more things to stay put where I remembered them. It's like my memory is rototilling under every few years. My mind goes back easily to Inverness. Valita and I spent a dark firelight, drafty honeymoon there. Marvelous. We read Erich Fromm's The Art of Loving. I told him so in Moscow. I loved her so, even though I could see she wasn't quite right. There was a clear blight on her. There was one on me, but it wasn't so clear. Our children came along, those wonderful pregnancies we created. There was no Lori when we created the second one. She was that pregnancy. She had a miscarriage earlier. Michael Camp said she should achieve another pregnancy right away. He was the doctor. She had shrieked in the delivery room when the marred first one came. It would have been a girl. The pain was through her whole being. Then Lori, 14 months later, Paul. How we loved those 2 little children. Joyful years, everything so right. Though Irene had warned me, Irene Paul, that things weren't quite right enough in any of us. The marriage is gone. My life exponentially more complex. The children are in their 20s now, each lovely but hurting in their own ways, beautiful, achieving, hurting. The swings in the schoolyard on the hill in Inverness. The turntable we spun around on. The kids hanging on with dizzy glee. I was their daddy, Valita was their mother. It was a privilege to be thus, to be the ones chosen to care for them, to value their little figures, their childish running and jumping. Here I am about 20 years later with 25 years left to go. I'm on the back 9. Each fairway long and grassy, yet I know they're counting down. They don't do that on the front 9, there's always the back 9. Now there's so little time to sum up much of fading entries, Baroque equations. Bank of America has moved. Where are all the variables? There must be 40 flies in here. How do I add up varathane tables and hillside schoolyard swings with a little girl and a little boy? Do older variables decline in importance? When the Bank of America moved, does that make 2 banks to add up? Or do they cancel each other out? Does a bank building know anything about a time and space continuum? Or the workers who nailed it together? I don't want to drive over to Inverness this afternoon. It would be too ghostly, too lonely. The children have left for the swings, have left the swings. They have gone into their own early adult lives. I want them to flourish, to ripen in their own time, and bear their own fruit. I love them with tears in my heart. They're my tears, that's true. And maybe they're for myself most of all. You can't keep in touch with anything unless you're in touch with yourself, whatever that means. Or at least the effort to be in touch with yourself, whatever that means. Do you know? All I know is that this pencil and this poem are everything, absolutely everything. This is now, this is everything. Thank God I know words to create release and summing up. For me, maybe for you. In 30 years, the words will last. Some lines will hold true. If anyone is still there to read them, if we haven't all been vaporized, and that's another thing. written about 1983.